our focus to this. This is the first reaction of the Congress party after the office of the young Indian is sealed by the Enforcement Directorate. Mallikarjun Kharge threatens a revolt. He has warned of consequences. That's the word really coming in. We'll try and play out those reactions for you. My colleague Arun Dhata is also with us on the broadcast. He's been tracking all the developments from the National Herald House. Now, you'd remember that there have been raids that the Enforcement Directorate has been conducting at the House. Yesterday, we also saw the Congress party workers really come out and oppose these kind of raids which are happening. And today, the fourth floor has been sealed. Arun is with us on the broadcast. Arun, tell us what's happening.
Well, that's right. I'm outside the Herald House here at the ITO. Right behind me is the building which has the Young Indians office, which has been sealed by the Enforcement Directorate today. So this is the five-floor building of Herald House, in which on the fourth floor Young Indians office is located, which has been sealed by the Enforcement Directorate officials. They've come in at around in the noon, and they have pasted a notice both at the ground floor and also on the fourth floor that nobody can work or nobody can go inside the fourth floor's office of Young Indians without the permission of Enforcement Directorate. We are told from our sources that today Enforcement Directorate was also planning to conduct few searches, but there was nobody present in the office of Young Indians here at the ITU on the fourth floor, and therefore they had to seal this fourth floor, the office of Young Indians, and therefore further notice has been pasted both on the fourth floor and on the ground floor that without the permission of the Enforcement Directorate officials, nobody can go inside. So this is happening in the backdrop of what happened yesterday, the raids being conducted by the ED, not only here in the headquarters of National Herald office, but also 10 other locations. So today, the office has been sealed. Even yesterday in the evening, right after the raids, we had seen the Congress workers gathered here. Mallikarjun Kharge, along with other senior leaders, were also present here. But today, nobody, actually allowing anybody to go beyond this point. Earlier, we were inside the first floor, but now nobody is allowing anyone to go inside the building. Remember, this building also has the Indian passport office as well. So at this juncture, the gate is closed. Only those people who have certain work or some documents with them, they are allowed to go inside. Otherwise, the gate is closed.
Arun, I want you to stay with us on the broadcast. I'll come back to you. But I want to play out that reaction that we've got from Congress leader Mallikarjun Kharge. Let's play that out.
उसको रूल्स है, रेगुलेशंस है. ऐसा नहीं कि उनके घर पे मारो, इनके घर पे मारो, फिर नेशनल हेराल्ड पे फिर एक बार बुलाओ. ये कितनी जल्दी से वो काम कर रहे हैं. इससे ही अंदाजा लगता ना. 6 दिन पहले बुलाए, इमीडिएटली नेशनल हेराल्ड पे डाले. कल परसों नेशनल हेराल्ड में हुआ, आज उनके मकान पे गए हैं. इसका मतलब क्या है? राहुल गांधी जी भी यहाँ नहीं है, उन्होंने तो पब्लिक मीटिंग में गए हैं. तो ये लोगों को एक डर पैदा करने के लिए, और ऐसा तुम लोगों को डराते गए तो लोग डरेंगे नहीं और एक रिवोल्ट हो जाएंगे.
My colleague Ashish Mehershi is also with us on the broadcast. Ashish tracks the Enforcement Directorate and other agencies for us. He'll be able to give us more perspective about what next to follow in this investigation. Ashish, one thing is abundantly clear, that the Enforcement Directorate has intensified the investigation. Whether it was about multiple rounds of summoning for Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, or it was the raids that were conducted as the National Herald House, or right now when the house has been sealed, what lies ahead?
So here, basically, the Enforcement Directorate had to complete their searches. Now, one has to realize the fact that obviously it's a political twist to the entire story, because we all know that the Young Indian, the company which took over National Herald or the Associated Journal, basically is owned by Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, and they hold the major equity as well, around 76%. But then there is a process of law which needs to be completed. Here, the process of law is that the searches, if there is an accommodation or an area that needs to be searched, and there is a search warrant for that location, then the searches have to be completed.
से निकला हूं, मीटिंग नहीं।
ईडी का स्टेटमेंट आया है कि जो अब सर्च ऑफिसर थे मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे, उन्होंने सर्च नहीं कराई, इसलिए हमने ऑफिस सील किया है। जब सर्च ऑफिसर आप इंचार्ज थे तो आपने हेरल्ड के ऑफिस को सर्च करने से मना किया ईडी के? ऐसा
ऐसा कुछ नहीं,
ऐसा कुछ नहीं। तो यहाँ पे मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे आप देख रहे हैं कि किस तरह से
Mallikarjun Kharge, the leader of opposition and a senior Congress leader. I'm going once again back to my colleague Ashish Maheshri. Yes, Ashish, please go ahead.
So, you know, the location, since there was a search warrant for Young Indian, so here the search needs to be completed. Here, the office of Young Indian, which was supposed to be searched because there was a search warrant for that location, there was nobody at the premises when the team of enforcement directorate came there. So here, you know, the principal officer for the organization, that is Mallikarjuna Kharge, he has been asked to join investigation, and he has also been asked that in his presence, the enforcement directorate would like to complete the search operation. This is the only thing. So if somebody is saying that the Herald House has been sealed, no, it has not been sealed.
Yeah.
Even the Young Indian office has not been sealed. Okay. All they have, the enforcement directorate has said that this premises cannot be open until and unless the officer, the concerned officer, and in this case, Kuldeep Singh, if you see, it's openly on the order as well. Kuldeep Singh is the investigating officer. He has just said that the premises cannot be opened until and unless informed to the concerned officer. So it's not sealed. It is basically that the premises need to be the search needs to be completed.
Ashish,
and
just stay with us for a moment. I'll come back to that point. I just want to reiterate that on the screens that our viewers can see, those are the visuals coming in from the All India Congress Party headquarters here in the national capital. You can see there are top leaders of the Congress Party, including the likes of Mr. P. Chidambaram, who have reached the party headquarters. Clearly, after the action of the Enforcement Directorate, the Congress Party seems to be in a huddle where multiple netas are making a beeline. There is, we have seen many times that the senior leaders have come on the streets protesting against the questioning which has been going on of Rahul Gandhi and Mrs. Sonia Gandhi. I'll go back to my colleague Ashish Maheshri, who continues to be with us on the broadcast. Ashish, I want to focus on this point. What is the technical difference between what ED has done right now versus formal sealing of a premises? Explain that to our viewers.
So, you know, in case there is an attachment of a property, then there is a provisional order of attachment which is prepared. And then it goes to the adjudicating authority, and then when the adjudicating authority confirms it, then it, you know, the concerned accused or the concerned person whose property is attached, they can go to the higher court to attack, to, you know, to challenge that order of the enforcement directorate. Now here, it is not, the property has not been attached. There is no provisional order of attachment for Herald House. Technically, the property actually does not even belong to the Associated Journal as of now, because there is an order by the Ministry of you know, Urban Development which says since you do not fulfill the requirement, hence the property is being taken over. There is already an order by the Ministry of Urban Development. But having said that and keeping that aside, if we are saying that this property has been sealed, no, it is not. It has not been sealed. It has all been said that since the searches have not been completed, we need to complete the search. The principal officer in this case is Mallikarjuna Kharge. In his presence, the enforcement directorate will do its search operation and then further decide what need to be done. Okay. So once the search is not completed, they have to complete the process of law. So here the process of law needs to be completed, and you know, we are only creating hue and cry that the property has been sealed or it has been attached or, you know, whatnot. So technically speaking, it's only, there is only an order to say that this property should not be opened until and unless the search operation is completed by the enforcement directorate.
I will reiterate that technical difference. There's a very important difference that Ashish Maheshri is pointing out, that there is some sort of adjudicating